name is Beth Hadley here for BoardGameGeek here at SPIEL 2019. I'm sitting down with Ted Alspach from Bezier Games.
Hello.
Hello. So you and I, just a few months ago, had demoed the first in your silver series. Yes, just silver. Yeah. And now you've brought us, are you calling them expansions? Are you calling them?
They are standalones, but they are also expansions because you can combine them. You can take any of the cards from here and combine it with the original game and vice versa. So
this is Silver Bullets.
Yes.
So let's assume that people maybe have some familiarity with silver. If not, there's a video about it from us at Gen Con.
Sure.
So knowing that, you might have a little idea of what silver brings. What is Silver Bullet going to bring to the table?
So a couple new things. So this is much more of an interactive form of the game than the first one. There's a little bit more. There's a few cards that allow you to kind of mess with other people a little bit and do some fun things. One of our favorites. So go ahead and look at your cards. Let's say you got a card here that lets you look at all of your cards. So here's one now that says, hey, look at all the cards in your village. And so you're looking at them all now and put them
for the sake of yes, so they say I'm going to hold them here and fan them a little bit on camera. All right, I am looking at my cards.
Right.
I have a 4, 7, 8, 10, 12.
Fantastic. So on my turn, if I were to draw an 8, which is the thing, the very cool thing about this is I get to take your cards and go like this and put them back down in front of you.
No.
Now, you still know what your cards are.
But they don't know where they are.
So that's kind of fun. So there's a bunch of little things like that that are in the game that let you manipulate and kind of, do things. It's not a terrible thing because you still know what your cards are, but you just aren't sure where they're located again. So, but that's kind of fun. A few of the other more interesting cards we have is, of course, I pick up a stack and it's not here. Mr. Cow. Look at old Cow. When that's played, allows you to flip over the entire deck. And silver, having face-up cards is actually really important because if you decide on your turn, I would like this card and I'll get rid of this one, having face-up gives you a special ability when it's face-up in front of you. Where normally when you draw them, it'll be face down.
Right.
Sets them face-up to start with, which is kind of cool. And then you can actually see what's coming next and maybe possibly make different decisions based on that, which is nice. A few other things that are fun. We have Gremlin.
I like
Gremlin
that
is
for that
super
one.
Cool. You can see he's ready to serve up some lovely werewolf cookies. The way he works when you choose him is, of course, you could keep him and exchange a card like you normally would, but you can also just give him to someone and he's an additional card. So now you have a 12. Congratulations on your Gremlin. So normally you'd exchange a card. I might trade a card with you and you get rid of one, but the Gremlin is one that actually sets it up so that now you have one extra card, which nobody likes that much. However, there's a fun thing here. Let's say that you had this Mortician. The way the Mortician works is if you have him face up in your village, whenever you discard a card, you can use its power. So, in this particular case, because you have it face up on your turn, and let's say you grab this, you're like, oh, another Mortician, great. Or go like this, and keep this and get rid of the Gremlin.
Right.
So I'll discard that there. You can choose to use that power now. And the Gremlin's power is, hey, give it to someone else. So you can go like that.
Your problem.
So there's a bunch of things like that that let you interact and have, play around with cards in ways you wouldn't be able to otherwise. This Goth Girl, for instance, I probably wouldn't take that. The power here is it lets me to go ahead and discard any cards on the bottom of the discard pile, as opposed to the top. So if this is a good card, which maybe it is for you, you don't even get to see what it is. I just slide it right under there. So especially when you don't know your cards and you're exchanging, that Goth Girl can be really helpful to get rid of those high value cards right away.
Now, is this and Silver Amulet, are those cards interchangeable with the base set that you could take the 3s of the Goth Girl and replace out the 3s from Silver?
Exactly. And you can take out as many numbers as you want to and replace them. And that's one of the reasons that we have what would be normally an oversized box for kind of a card game, is because you can sort all your cards that way so that whenever you're ready to play, you just pull out the numbers you want from each game. And we're going to have 3 more silver games coming next year. People can try and figure out what they'll be called. But there'll be 3 more.
I was going to say, and you always have a great actual icon.
Yeah, so we have this very cool bullet, which now kills a card instead. But we'll have 3 more next year and they'll all have different abilities.
And all art.
And all new art. And so it's very exciting.
Well, if you guys want to check that out, that is Silver Bullet, which is a standalone expansion in the Silver series. That's got a nice alliteration to it, which is being published by Bezier Games. And Ted, thank you again.
Thank you.